Hello YouTubers, just going to do a quick video on the boxed set that you get from Warlord games, which are the figures that I primarily use for my Imaginations infantry. And this is one of the box sets here. There's 24 figures in a box, plastic on sprues. This is what they look like now. There's two sets as such. One is Infantry of the Grand Alliance, the other one is, I believe it's called Infantry of the Sun King, which is the French and Bavarian box. So this is obviously the Allies, so it could be British, Dutch, Austrian, and that's the artwork on the front. It's very nice. On the back you have some painted figures up, and obviously look at that there, a couple of options there of Scots Fusiliers is obviously one that I've used, and a couple of other regiments that you can paint them up as. So let's have a quick look at what you get inside. Contents up. Like I say, 24 figures. You also get a colourful flag sheet here with a number of different nations and regiments on there. So I've actually used some of these flags on some of my figures because they are pretty good. I do cut them up, cut them out, a bit of PVA, and stick them on the flagpoles, and yeah, there's some nice flags. Particularly like that one. I've not used that one yet, but I do like the look of that one. Okay. Also, as well as a flag sheet, you get a little bit of history, and again some painted figures on there. And similar artwork that is on the front of the box, and then a list of the contents of the sprues. And straight away you'll see it's quite a fixed pose, which suits me fine for what I use them for. But people that like dynamic poses might not like them as much because they are quite a fixed pose. You are literally just putting a different head on most of the figures, with the exception of the command, which isn't that different either. Obviously the feet are pretty much the same as well. So, well, the lower half. Okay, so we get that, and then you get this. Bit of a contention for me because you didn't used to get this. You used to get 24 20mm bases, but it looks like they've changed it now to this. I understand why, because most people will be basing them multi-based, not individual based like I do. So from now on, obviously, I'll have to buy some bases separate. You do get, what is it, maybe there's four that you can use. And I suppose if you're desperate, you could cut them down a little bit, but I think I'll just buy some extra bases. So you get the flag sheets and the bases, so that's two things you don't have to worry about. Then you have two sprues, which are identical, and you see there the standard infantryman. Standard infantryman there. It's pretty generic. The uniforms in this period were very similar, but obviously different coloured coats. So we're not looking at turnbacks or anything like that. Do you want to zoom in on that? Oh, there we go. Okay. Now, the one thing that you can do different is the heads. So there's tricorns, there's some other flatter ones, some that are just turned up at the front. You've got the Grenadier bearskins, you got the Fusilier caps. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit better, it's not very clear on there. So there is some variety in the headgear, and they paint up very, very easily. So I'll just get an example of one over here. This is one that's just very basically painted. Bit of block painting in the deck. well, like I say, the uniform, there's no turnbacks as such, obviously the sleeves, but not on the actual coat. And you can use the same figures for multiple nations and multiple battalions in nations. So you can kind of a real variety if you wanted to go down the historical route. With the different uniforms, you see there, some Austrians in white, Dutch in grey, hence Prince, I presume maybe Prussian, and then some English, Scottish regiments there in red. So there's variety to be used. And then that's it. Those are the 2 sprues that you get. And you can see there, that's the command figure that you get. So there's 24 figures. You can also have command figures in plastic if you wanted as well, as part of those 24, or what I prefer is my command figures in metal from Ebor. So this is the command figures that I use. Just try and zoom in a minute. Okay, and they do fit very nicely with the Warlord Games figures. So there you go. So that's the box set from Warlord Games for War of the Spanish Succession. 28mm, 24 figures in plastic. Like I say, you can use them as 1 battalion, split them down to 2, multiple basing if you want to use it. And you can pick them up really cheap. I think the cheapest I've got them is, I believe, about £13 for a box, which is not bad at all for 24 figures. Okay, I'll see you again.